I was in Germany with the Harlem Globetrotters. The Lord began to speak to me about ministry. I wanted to run, man. I was scared. Confidence was, ooh, Lord, I'm playing basketball. I'm doing something. Okay. I began to talk with some of my close friends, and I realized what God was leading me to do, but I heard a word in the service. One of the associate pastors, he spoke a word over me and said, confidence. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. When I got home, I didn't take a phone call. I didn't take a call from my agent. I didn't take a call from in reference to connections to go back to play basketball. I knew the last professional game that I ever played, that was the last time I'd get paid to play the game of basketball. So I began to search online, and I come across certain positions. There was one in Canada, and I looked at it and I'm like, but then I prayed the prayer, Lord, wherever you send me to serve, I will go. So I applied there, and my phone rings, and it's area code 250, British Columbia. I'm driving in the car and I'm looking at my wife like, who is that? I don't know. And then I remembered that I applied for a youth pastor's position there. So we're talking, and instantly it had to have been faith in God. I did a U-turn, and I went back home. I flew out to Port Alberni. I come in to the church, and on Thursdays they have what they call soak and prayer. The entire church community gets in and soak before the Lord in prayer. And there's worship music playing, and people are just still before the Lord. And when I walked in the sanctuary, I knew immediately that God was calling me to Canada and to the city of Port Alberni. I knew it. I remember being a little afraid at that moment, because I told the Lord, Lord, I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't want to sell my wife on this, because my wife had never left the country before. And I'll never forget, she was sitting in the back of the sanctuary on the couch. My wife had tears in her eyes. I sit next to my wife, I put my arms around her, and she leans over to me and says, I believe God is calling us here to Port Alberni. I lean back over to her and I whisper to her, I know, I'm just glad you know. Yeah. I believe that God has anointed me to impart with the youth and give them to allow the uncommon favor that rested on my life, on their life. And I really believe that with all my heart. I really believe that when I pray, every person I touch, every person, and I pray that I really believe that God will begin to unlock some doors for them. I absolutely believe that. And I said, you know, I'm here in Canada and people know me as Lefty. They know the Globetrotter. And I would not be doing my job if in a year or two, they no longer remember Lefty and begin to remember Harold. Because this is who he called. He called Harold, he didn't call Lefty. The Globetrotter stuff is cool, but without Jesus Christ, without having an ear to hear and a receptive heart, I'm nothing. I'm a ship without a sail. And that part, the responsive part, responding to the call of God, is not Lefty, it's Harold Williams. I want to dare this country to dream, because dreams are possible, man. If God did it for me, He'll do it for them.